Alright everyone, with some recent rule changes, it's become mandatory that all PC runs contain a visible FPS counter throughout the duration of the run. The setup process can be a little confusing, so I'm going to go over OBS settings and either Steam or Origin so you can get back to runs as soon as possible. We'll start with Steam. First off, you're going to want to open the Steam overlay by pushing Shift and Tab. Once this is open, you can click the settings option at the bottom, which will open this window. Next, you're going to want to click on the in-game tab, and then in the middle of this page, you'll see an in-game FPS counter option. You can select any of the four corners of your window, and then an FPS counter will show up there. I'd also highly recommend turning on high contrast, as it will make it more visible for all the verifiers. The process for Origin is very similar. You're going to want to start off by pushing Shift and F2 to open the Origin overlay, and then you're going to want to navigate to the left-hand side and click the Settings option. Once into the settings, you're going to want to just turn on the Display FPS counter, and again, you'll be able to display it in any of the four corners. Now that you set up your FPS overlay, it's not going to show up in OBS. There's just one simple step that we need to do to get it to show up. Simply right-click on your game capture and head over to Properties. In Properties, there will be a checkbox that you can check to capture third-party overlays. Once this is checked, your FPS counter will be shown. Now that you set up the FPS overlay, I'd like to go over a couple things quickly. First off is that this will capture all other aspects of the overlay. Say you get a Steam notification or you open your overlay to look at DMs. That means if you have any private or sensitive information you'd like to keep away from the public, I'd highly recommend hiding your game scene before opening any of these overlays. I'd also potentially recommend turning off Steam notifications. The last thing is that this is tied to your game capture, so you need to be wary when adding things to your OBS overlay to not accidentally cover it. Things to keep in mind would be your live split or sick PNG VTuber. Alright, hopefully that answers all your questions you might have about the FPS overlay. If you have any other questions, feel free to ask in the It Takes Two Discord under the Ask for Help section, and we'll try to help you as soon as we can.